going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Happy Monday, people. We are back after no watch along on Saturday. Obviously, I went to the game, the Curtis Shaw derby, people. Arsenal against Forest. Took Cruz to the game. Great game. Best performance of the season in the Premier League for me. And listen, we got back with an important 3 points, man. Finally, we collected 3 points. Hopefully, it's not too little too late as Liverpool continue to win. Man City, stay humble, eh? Do you know what it is with Man City? I'll be honest, people. Listen, I'm enjoying the demise as much as everybody else, but I can't. I find it difficult to say too much because, you know, there's 4 titles in a row sitting there. So I want to see Arsenal top of the league. Then I'd probably be saying all kinds of madness. But we're still not top of the league. But it is enjoyable seeing Manchester City get cooked left, right and centre. I think they'll get beat again on Sunday against Liverpool as well. I'm going to do a watch-along for that game, by the way. So keep yourself involved with that one. That's going to be on Sunday. That's a big game as well. Arsenal play Saturday. I was just looking there. Yeah, that game, Arsenal. Why did I think Arsenal were playing on Sunday? Arsenal are playing Saturday at 5:30. So yeah, big up to everyone. Anyway, hope you're all well. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. It was strange not doing a watch along actually. Curtis left us hanging on Saturday. I was homeless on that day. I sought shelter at AFTV, Deluded and Troops, but it was not close. Hey, listen, man, big up the other creators. Appreciate everybody. You guys in the chat, have you started your Christmas shopping yet? You know, when I was younger, I used to do all my Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. I just said, yeah, whatever. I'll go out on Christmas Eve. Now I don't have nothing to do with it. I've started already. I get it done early doors now. And then I can just relax and enjoy my Christmas, the whole festive period, you know. That's where I'm at with it. So, yeah, but big up to everyone. Good luck with your Christmas shopping, man. Let's be honest, Forest did not turn up. Yeah, but I always think you do have to give some praise to the team for stopping them. Forest, I thought, were poor, but we bossed them. Big up Mohammed, who's gifted 20 memberships to the community. You absolute legend. Just come straight out the gate and just given 20 memberships. Big up to the 20 new members as well. Big up your damn self, man. Mohammed, always supporting. And I appreciate it, bro. Salmon said, is Santa Claus in the chat gifted memberships like crazy? Well, it's better than Arsenal gifting out points to everyone. You know, Tashik said very generous with the gifted subs. Shaq says, Curtis, rewind it, DJ. You ain't 50 Cent from BK. Yo, what a tune that was back in the day, man. I can't lie. That was a painful one because, you know, I like 50 and I like Cam as rappers. So when them two were beefing, it was a bit annoying, man. I wonder why we played so good. I'll just say it's because the donkey didn't play. Bin him. Are we better without the donkey in the team? RSPB, man. I've been absent the past few weeks. I'm getting news. Daddy's going to pass away. Won't like rock me, but you and the chat are a great distraction. Hey, stay strong, bro. You're in the thoughts of the community, man. And I appreciate you tuning in. I haven't seen your name in the chat for a while, so there you go. But big up to you, bro. Big up my bro Akeem. He said that's why Pep needed Rice. Yeah, you're right. The problem was he wanted Rice as cover for Rodri, and he ain't gonna do that, is he? He's too good to do that. So that's the problem. He always wanted to play first team football. Yeah, big up to everyone saluting RSPB, man. Stay strong, bro. And big up Gotanelli, who says big up people. Big up to you, Gotanelli, as well. Let's get into it. We're going to quickly talk about Saturday's game. Then we'll look ahead to the game tomorrow. Right back into it. Sporting Lisbon away in the Champions League. The Gyokeres audition. Although you're only auditioning when you actually want to, you know, be signed or whatever by that company. Does he even want to sign for Arsenal? So maybe it isn't an audition. Maybe we've got to prove ourselves to him. Maybe we're auditioning people. We're thinking, oh, Gyokeres, yo, you need to play well tomorrow so we can justify buying you. Maybe actually Arsenal have got to play well to prove to Gyokeres you should come and play for us. Maybe the audition, I've got it the wrong way round, people. Maybe I've actually got it the wrong way round. But yeah, it's crazy. Curtis Cunha is on fire. I rate Cunha. I rate Cunha highly, very highly. He's a top player. I'm sure someone will sign him from Wolves eventually. Right, let's talk about the game. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Saka, Partey, Ethan, Nwaneri with the 3 goals. Very good performance. Forest, I thought, were poor. Very, very poor. However, we were very, very good. And that can't be overlooked. We were very, very good. We were under a lot of pressure. I predicted 2-1. I always say when you predict 2-1, it means you think you're going to win, but you're not really confident. I predicted 2-1. A lot of people were saying it'll be a draw. People were even saying we could get beat. Forest, I thought, got it wrong. They put Chris Wood on the bench, who's been on fire. Chris Wood turned up apparently Thursday night from New Zealand. They felt he had jet lag. They benched him. They played Awoniyi, and Awoniyi got bullied by Gabriel and Saliba. Didn't do anything. Alanga and Hudson-Odoi didn't do anything. And Morgan Gibbs-White was out injured. Now, I'll be honest, when I saw the Arsenal team, I thought we were going to have a problem because we played Marino and Jorginho in midfield. And I thought, wow, that is a lack of pace. Gibbs-White's going to have a field day against those two. Gibbs-White was then ruled out injured. Forest didn't really have anything in attacking midfield. And they didn't trouble us at all. And I actually thought Alanga against Calafiori might have been a problem. Alanga's very quick, but he just didn't run at them. And Timber dealt with Hudson-Odoi, and we battered them. I thought Martin Odegaard was outstanding. Outstanding performance. Now, yeah, you want to see that performance consistently against the better teams, but he was superb. Saka ripped apart Moreno at right, left back. It was one of his best performances. I thought it was a great performance. Probably the reason I'm not hyping it too much is because I know alone that performance isn't enough. That needs to be one of 5, 6, 7 games in a row, in my opinion. We're probably not going to win every game out of, like, I've seen people saying we've got to win the next 10. It's unlikely. But we've got to win like 8 out of 10 or something like that, and maybe 1 or 2 draws, you know, to put ourselves in that position to climb the table. Liverpool are the problem at the moment. They are the problem. Big up Lee Williams, who said, good morning from Canada. First time catching you live. Big up, bro. And appreciate you being in the chat. Somebody just said, did you mean Murillo? No, Alex Moreno was the left back. Murillo was the left-sided centre-back, Trixie. Alex Moreno got cooked and dragged off. I think he's on loan from Villa at the moment. But he got rinsed. Want to see Odegaard away from home, not hide? Yeah, I think the one thing we've always said with Odegaard, away from home against the big teams, you've got to do more. They're the games that have still left some question marks. Liverpool, it looked like they were going to drop points, but they didn't. It feels like they're just riding that wave at the moment. And you need somebody to stop them now. Yeah, we're all laughing at Man City. Rightly so. We're in the title race. We want them to drop points. We actually could do with Man City doing something this weekend. They play Liverpool. Just get a point. I don't expect them to go to Anfield and win while they're out of form, but can they get a point? Now, I'm looking at it this week. Manchester City play Feyenoord in the Champions League. Liverpool play Real Madrid. You would like to think that Madrid game will take a lot more energy out of Liverpool than Feyenoord against Man City. Can Man City then go to the go to Anfield, and get at least a point? I'll be honest, I've watched Real Madrid quite a lot this season because I'm a big fan of Mbappe and like to see how he does. And I think Real Madrid are actually going to struggle to beat Liverpool. I'll be honest with you. Liverpool at the moment are on form, and Madrid defensively look like they can be got at. Militao's injured, Carvajal's injured, and then I've just seen on the news today that Vinicius Jr is expected to miss the game. So I think Liverpool might beat Real Madrid at Anfield. No Vinny, no Militao, and no Carvajal. Lucas Vazquez against Diaz. I'm sorry, mate. Unless Mbappe goes crazy, I think Liverpool might beat them. So that probably gives Liverpool an even bigger confidence boost then going into the City game. So I'm telling you, if Liverpool come out of this week with 2 wins. Big trouble. Big trouble. You know, because this is the run where everybody said, oh, Liverpool are going to drop points. Don't worry. They've got to go to Arsenal. They've got to play Chelsea. They've got to play Man City. They've got Real Madrid. They've got Leverkusen. Well, they haven't lost a game in that run. Do you know what I mean? So imagine when the easy run comes back. So somebody's got to take points off them. Liverpool are like us 2 years ago. I think that's a great point, Steppers. They feel like, I won't say they've come out of nowhere because they were in the title race until April last year. But I think people felt like Klopp going and Slot coming in, there would be an adaptation period, and maybe for this year they may be in a top 4 race rather than doing what they're doing. I think Slot's added more stability to them. Klopp was all out attack. Klopp wanted to win games 4-0. I think Slot is happy to win games 1 or 2-0. He's added a bit more stability defensively to them. Lucas Vazquez is crap too. Yeah, he's a right winger playing right back. He will get absolutely destroyed by Diaz or Cody Gakpo. I don't rate Vazquez as a right back. Mohamed said Odegaard was class gliding, looked like he was smooth with it. He does need to play like that away from home. I've said it many times, people. I'm a fan of Odegaard and I'm also critical of him. And the reason is because I actually think he's one of the best players at Arsenal. So my expectation of him is high. I'll be honest, it's different sometimes going to the game than watching it on TV. And I got a very different viewpoint of the game. And I thought Odegaard was just outstanding. And I know people will say it was Forest. But his IQ and his mindset is incredible. And for an attacking midfielder, he's got an amazing work rate. If you look over the years, those kind of players, the Ozils, the sort of David Silvas, you don't really associate those guys with their work rate. You look at them and think, oh, they're brilliant on the ball, but they kind of float around. Odegaard works so hard. There's 2 things I want from Odegaard. Turn up more often in big away games. He does sometimes, but not consistently. And 2, I think he needs to score more goals. I'll be totally honest with you. 2 seasons ago, the guy scored 15 goals in the league. I want to see that or those similar numbers every season. You know, he doesn't shoot enough for me, but on the ball, he's a magician. And as I've said, creative players are only as good as the people they're creating for. If your striker's average, you're not going to look amazing if they don't score their chances. This comment is horrendous. And I respect your opinion, bro. You're in the comments a lot. Vinny is the most overrated footballer in modern football. And he said that is a fact. That is one of the worst comments I've seen. Absolutely horrific comment. Honestly. The guy is an absolute monster 1v1. Champions League final goal last year. He was electric last season. Possibly should have won the Ballon d'Or. Calling him overrated is wild. The guy is probably one of the only players in world football that you would pay to go and watch through pure excitement. Look at the nutmeg in the Champions League final. Look what he did to Kimmich. That's a 3-minute timeout, by the way. You can go on YouTube and go and watch his highlights. That's a crazy comment. But listen, opinions are opinions. I respect them. But that one, you know, I can't get on board with that one. I can't lie. Maybe you're trolling me. Maybe you want the timeout. Maybe you need 3 minutes to go and do something else. People saying ban him. Right, let's get into the player ratings. Saka, Partey, Nwaneri. Job done. Slapped up Forest. I'm going to go through the ratings quick. Forest, not one shot on target. They were terrible. 33% possession. Really flat performance from them. Let's go through player ratings fairly quick. And because I want to look ahead to the game against Sporting Lisbon, which is tomorrow, which is a big game. Arteta's press conference for that is at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm probably going to do a 2 o'clock show tomorrow to go over Arteta's press conference, and then we'll preview who's going to start for us, and then we'll do the watch-along tomorrow night. So we'll go into more detail for the Sporting Lisbon game at 2 o'clock tomorrow. 3 yellow cards for Arsenal. David Raya in goal. It's hard to give him a high rating because he didn't make one save in the game. However, he came, collected his cross as well, and his distribution was good. He kept a clean sheet. I mean, what do I give him? I haven't written anything down. I would probably give him 6.5 or a 7, maybe. 6.5, 7. What do you guys think? I give him 6.5. I find it hard to give him a 7 when he didn't make a save, you know. I give him 6.5. He caught his cross as well. His distribution was good. Doesn't deserve Ballon d'Or. The man can't even bring Brazil the Copa America or the World Cup 20 years and still counting. Yeah, but bro, like, I get you. Brazil are in a situation at the moment where I don't think there's any player that's delivering you a Copa America with that Brazil team. That Brazil team is in trouble at the moment. You know, like genuinely, they're in trouble. They don't have an out-and-out striker. There's so many problems in that Brazil team. I hear you. I expected more in the Copa America, but he was unbelievable last season for Real Madrid. 6.5 for Real. To me, 6 is average. I'll itch him up to 6.5. No shots on target. Big C and Cruz 2-0 at the Emirates, yeah. Shakhtar Donetsk and Forest. We did go to Leverkusen pre-season. We battered them as well. The back four, I'm almost tempted to give the back four just all a 7. The only thing I would do, actually, is... Do you know what? You know when you watch Saliba, he makes the game look so easy, it's horrible. It's probably horrible for Gabriel at times, because Gabriel is brilliant, you know. Gabriel is all-out aggression. He was wrestling with Nwaneri. And Saliba's just like, yeah, I'll take the ball off you. Yeah, I'll play it over there. Yeah, I'll just turn out from you. They're just... I'm tempted to give the whole back four more, actually, because you know what? Calafiori, first game back, I thought he was solid. One of his better defensive games. Timber wrapped up Hudson-Odoi, who's been one of their best players. The discussion that we was having inside the stadium was, is this back four the back four that Mikel Arteta wants to play? Is Ben White going to quietly get the Aaron Ramsdale treatment? Because Timber looked fantastic at right back. Now, he's looked brilliant at left back, but he's probably more balanced to play on the right as a right footer. He spent 40 million on Calafiori. I just don't understand why he would spend 40 million on Calafiori if his plan wasn't to put him in the starting 11. And I think he wanted the Nathan Ake effect at left back, natural left footer, who can invert, who can play centre back and tuck in. If this defence does the business over the next couple of months, I think Ben White is going to have a big, big problem getting back into this team. And let me tell you something. This ain't me disrespecting Ben White. The number one priority of Arsenal Football Club is to continue to progress. If Timber's a better right back than Ben White, then Ben White has to sit down on the bench. Now, that's not me being disrespectful. Ben White has been very good at Arsenal. There has been times 1v1 against tricky wingers, Ben White has been cooked. Rashford, Matoma, Noah Lang, there's been a few others. That's not taking anything away from him. I think possibly Timber could be a more difficult fullback to play against than Ben White if he was a winger. I want people to understand I'm taking nothing away from Ben White. Ben White has been very good for Arsenal and he has a very good link-up with Saka. But if these lot play well for the next few weeks, Ben White might be sitting down for a while and Timber's outstanding. I'm going to give the whole back four an 8. I'm going to give them all an 8. Timber wrapped up Hudson-Odoi. Calafiori first game back after 6 weeks out. Saliba, Gabriel, just brilliant. Gabriel bullied Nwaneri, and Saliba made it look like he was it's just too easy for him. What do you guys think about that, by the way, with a back four? And listen, competition is important. Ben White, if you can't get back in this team, it's a positive thing. Football is a ruthless business, 100%. Ramsdale got PFA Team of the Year, then got benched, and then got sold. Nobody cares now, because we feel we've upgraded. Timber overlapped quite well. He did. Would love to see Timber v Vinicius Jr. That would be a great battle. I think it's unbelievable that this guy Timber was an ACL injury last season. It's just unbelievable that this guy, he doesn't even look like he's been injured. And an ACL is genuinely one of the worst injuries you can get in football. Let's go into the midfield. He came off at half-time, Jorginho. And you guys know I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Jorginho. Not because he's a bad player, because I think he's past his best. But I thought Jorginho had a good first half. He did get booked. He took out Alanga, but I thought he brought a calmness to us. I thought he was good on the ball. He kept the ball very well. As I said at the start, I was worried about Jorginho and Marino because I thought Gibbs White, with his movement, will run them ragged. I thought Jorginho had a good game. He got took off at half-time, I think because of the yellow card, from what I read. I think he had a good game. It was only 45 minutes, so I'll probably give him a 7. But I liked Jorginho's performance. You can get away with that against certain teams, I think, especially at the Emirates when you want to just keep the ball better. So I like Jorginho's performance. I give him a 7 just because it was 45 minutes. And even the yellow card, I had no problem. Alanga was in, and he took him out. Take one for the team, no problem. Wipe him out. Arteta, fair play, took him off at half-time. I think there's some difficult questions. And I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. I'm not saying I agree with this necessarily, but, you know, no Havertz in the team. No Declan Rice in the team. Am I reading too much into that? I don't know. Now, I would rather have Rice in the 6 role, but Jorginho in the 6 role is actually better on the ball than Rice. Partey in the 6 role is actually better on the ball than Rice. So, are we in a... I think... What I'm saying is, I think Arteta likes Jorginho and Partey in the 6 more than Rice, especially when we're at home and we're trying to dominate possession. I still think he has doubts over Declan Rice's ability on the ball in the 6, which is why he's just kind of threw him in the 8 and said, just bomb on and get forward. So it's going to be interesting, the balance of the team that he plays tomorrow against Sporting Lisbon. Who plays in midfield? What is the balance? I've said all season, I don't think Partey and Declan Rice are actually a great partnership. I think they're both fantastic players, but I think we're shoehorning them into the team. I think they're both number 6s. You play one or the other, in my opinion. If you have a difficult away game, maybe you play them both in a double pivot for the defensive solidarity. The technical level went up. I mean, I don't want to throw shade on Declan Rice because I actually think he's a fantastic player. But you almost wonder if he's not ideally suited to the way we want to play. He's a defensive number 6, where I think Arteta wants a possession-based number 6, which is why we're still being linked with Zubimendi. So it's interesting. Marino. I thought Marino did okay. I thought it was a better performance. Some people were saying in the comments they thought he played really well. I wasn't... Am I being harsh? Guys, let me know in the comments. I would probably have given Marino 6.5. I would have given him 6.5. I thought he was just above average. I still thought he was the quietest player in our midfield. He did okay. He kept the ball well. I don't know. Did I miss something? What do you guys think about Marino? 6.5 for me. The lack of mobility worries me. I always think if you're in midfield and you lack mobility, I think you've got to be really good on the ball. If you can't run, the ball has basically got to do the running for you. And I'm still not convinced with him yet. I'm going to give him 6.5. I thought he did okay. Probably his best performance, yeah. But, I mean, Abdul said Marino was exceptional. Listen, I'm listening. I want people to tell me, did I miss something? What do you think he did well? Like, you're saying he was exceptional. What did he do exceptional? Like, I'm being honest. I thought he was average and he kept the ball well. 6, he was all right. Didn't do much for me. Sometimes he held on to the ball a bit too long. TM101, he controlled his territory well. Talk-wise said, I always felt Arteta mismanaged our squad at the start of the season. Jorginho should have played with Odegaard out. He's a better midfielder than Marino. 6.5. He needs to control the game more as a midfielder. Yeah, for me, exceptional was a push. Tammy said, was Short and Dyche pleased with it? It was a great result, man. Brilliant result. 3-0 against Forest. I mean, what more can you ask for? If it was Everton, we'd have done them 4-0, though. Calvert-Lewin hat-trick. The only problem is he's out for 4 years with a broken toenail, so he can't come out for a pint of diesel this weekend. Brick sweet, wood wheat, concrete. Yeah, there you go. Good win. Yeah, okay, 6.5. I'll be honest, I need to see more. Curtis, you were being biased. Marino was our 3rd best player. I might have put him in the bottom 3. Looking at the team. I'll be totally honest. You're putting him in the top 3. I might have put him in the bottom 3. Just shows, don't it? You can watch football and see totally different things. I don't think he was bad. I just think he was average. I don't think he did much. 6.5, I think I'm being fair. Martin Odegaard, I mean, listen. I don't care if it's Nottingham Forest. He was absolutely outstanding. 9 out of 10. I'd have given him 9.5 if he'd have scored. People saying there's an agenda. Honestly, I just want people to explain it. Anyone in the comments, you can tell me that what he was... I want to know what he was good at. Don't just say, oh, Marino was exceptional. What did he do exceptional? Go said just keeps the ball ticking. Nothing special. Good for controlling the game. Yeah, kept it ticking. 6.5. I think that's a fair rating. He's invading space. He jumped in the crisp packet with Havertz. If people saying it was his best performance and we're saying he just kept things ticking, I still need more than keeping things ticking. I think Jorginho could keep things ticking. Are you letting Odegaard take your daughter out now? I mean, first of all, I don't have a daughter, but it was a saying I always said. Would I let Odegaard take my daughter out? I used to say he would run off if there was a fight. I mean, yeah, he's getting closer. He's getting closer. Marino said Curtis is my favourite YouTuber. I mean, if he said that, I'd say I always rated him, of course. Martin Odegaard, 9 out of 10. Man of the match. Exceptional performance. Keep it up. Keep it up, bro. That's all I would say. He was a magician. He really was. Let's go to the next guy as well. Bukayo Saka, 9 out of 10 as well. I don't care. The goal was fantastic. I'm like, hit it. Hit it. I'm thinking he took too long as he was dribbling across the area. And then he hits it. Roof of the net. Bang. Have some of that. Saka. And I'm going to put this down to Arteta. Saka, for me, seems a different player at the Emirates. And I don't know whether it's because we control the game more and we dominate possession. When we're at the Emirates, it's like he's playing right forward. That what I always talk about, that Salah position where you want him as a goal threat. When we go away from home, especially against better teams, he's too far back. There's not enough goal threat. Like I thought he was fantastic. Some of you saying 8, I would give him a 9. I thought he was brilliant. Could have scored more. Did Timber help him as well? Shackles are off at the Emirates, yeah. No limps. No limps, really. Do you know what was funny at one point? There was a ball played out to him in the second half, and he miscontrolled it. I think it went under his foot, and it went out. And he kind of went, oh. And then he walked off limping. And I said, raw. It must be like a mechanism, a coping mechanism. Don said Saka was a 6, Don. I know you're trolling. Don said Saka was a 6, bro. He cooked their left back. He got dragged. And he slapped it roof of the net. I'm convinced people are now trolling me to get timeouts. I'm telling you. Don, come on. Marino, only player who is better when pressed. Well, we'll give him time. Let's see. Let's see. Saka a 9 for me. 5 limps per game. Crip walking. Maybe he was. Saka's girlfriend was watching at the Emirates. Don's been hacked. I'm putting it down to hacked. He's usually a lot more sensible than that. We've been at the top of the mountain, people. Odegaard and Saka, great performances. We're going to start sliding down the mountain. Not horrendous. I'm saying this now. Nobody was horrendous. But let's start with Trossard. Kung Fu Panda. Wasn't terrible, but wasn't great. Nutmegged someone in the first half. I loved it. His end product was winding me up. A couple of his crosses just hit the first defender. There was one time, I think Calafiori bombed on the overlap on the left. He could have just rolled it to him. Tried to play it to Jesus and gave it away. I was like, what are you doing? What would I give Trossard? He wasn't bad. I'd give Trossard Don's now so you're giving Trossard more than Saka. Oh, Don, you've been a part of the community for a long time. Unless you've been hacked, you need 3 minutes to he's given Trossard more than Saka in the ratings. I'll see you in 3. Match highlights. Have a look. He missed an over goal. I was going to give him 5.5. What are you saying? I might give him a 6. I'll give him a sympathy 6. He looks knackered. Sympathy 6. He's got Kung Fu Panda eyes. He's knackered. He's got grey hair. It feels like bullying. You know. And then finally. Cheers, everyone. Just gathering myself, people. I need to approach this with caution. I mean, damn Big C, my office workers are laughing with the Dawn comment. I mean, bro, let me tell you something. Jesus. I saw Jesus starting. I thought, you know what? You got an opportunity here, ain't you? You got an opportunity, bro. He's finally dropped his stepson. He had an argument with the missus. He looked. He said, damn, you ain't my kid. She said, what? Arteta turned around and said, you ain't my kid. But he calls you dad. I don't care. He ain't mine. Tell him to go to his dad's house. Arteta dealt with a stepson nasty, bro. Said he ain't mine. I'm starting Jesus. He went back to the Manchester City, you know, emotions, remembered the titles. He said, Jesus, you're starting. Here's your chance, bro. And Jesus backhanded him across the cheeks. Bang! Mikel, I don't even want it. I don't want the opportunity. You know, like them ungrateful kids. You buy them something good, and they don't appreciate it. You know? Jesus said, bang! Take it, Arteta. I don't even want to play up front. I don't score goals. I don't like shooting. I don't want to score. Arteta said, that ain't my damn kid. Take him to his dad's. He said you'd always be there for him. Yeah, while we were together. Now do one. Tell him to block my number. Arteta dealt with him greasy this weekend. Gabriel Jesus said, bro, nah. He just threw it over his shoulder. Done an alley-oop back to Havertz. Havertz just dunked it like Shaq. Because I tell you what, he ain't starting tomorrow against Sporting Lisbon. You're not playing tomorrow, Jesus. 2 weeks ago on this channel, I said drop Gabriel Martinelli in the Amazon and just leave him there. He scored against Chelsea. We said, okay, we'll bring you back from the Amazon. You can, you can work things out. Take Jesus to the Amazon and leave him there, bro. Leave him there. If Palmeiras want to pick him up from the Amazon, Corinthians, one of them teams in Brazil, they feel just pick him up from there, but get him out of here, bro. Jogger Finito, you guys are calling it in the comments, and I'm happy to run with that. You guys can take the credit for it, but I will, amplify it. This contract needs to be cancelled. I'm losing. I think I've lost all patience with Gabriel Jesus. What's AI saying about Jesus? And I ain't talking about Allen Iverson. 4th of July 2022. Jesus signed a 5-year contract and was given the number 9 shirt. £45 million. Honestly, there should be lawyers and solicitors outside the Etihad right now arresting Pep Guardiola. You sold us a striker that doesn't score goals. He doesn't even go in the penalty area. You know, like when you play 6-a-side at Power League and you're not allowed in the penalty area. That's just for the goalkeepers. This guy can't step in the penalty area. He stays outside of it. I would take Lacazette with the fading hairline, with the squeaky voice at the end of the season when he couldn't even speak. I would take that Lacazette over this Jesus. I would take Giroud, the lamppost, 15 games without a goal, who cost Ozil the assist record. I would take the lamppost over this guy, Gabriel Jesus. This guy's gone 26 games in the Premier League without scoring. He hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League since January 2024. Gabriel Jesus. Call him Gary James. Call him Gary James. There's way too much flair in that name. Gabriel Jesus, you know. Gary James is what I'm calling you from Stockport. Gary James from Stockport. How the hell is he wearing the number 9 shirt? Get rid of this guy. Yeah, like respectfully. I spoke to Jesus on tour. Cool guy. Gave up his time. Thank you for the convo, bro. On your bike. Go and pick up one of them bikes in London that are out in the streets, the green ones. Tap your card. Pedal to Heathrow. Get yourself back to Rio de Janeiro. Go and play in the favelas. I'm sorry, mate. Gary James is what I'm calling this guy. It can't be a Brazilian name. He's from Stockport. I'm telling you. Pep sent us a different guy. We put an offer in for Gabriel Jesus. We got Gary James from Stockport. I don't know who this guy is. My advice to Gabriel Jesus, respectfully, go and learn Arabic, mate. Al Hilal, Al Etihad, Al Etifak, one of them. Get yourself to Saudi, because it ain't happening. It ain't happening, bro. I'm sorry. Get this guy out. All jokes aside, 3-0. No goal, no assist. He's only on £265,000 a week. Second highest paid player at the club. 26 games without a goal. By the way, and I know you'll get angry with me at this, by the way. Some of you, not all of you. Aubameyang scored the winning goal against Al Nassr at the weekend against Cristiano Ronaldo. But, you know, I don't want to speak about it because I'll be suspended 6 months. Oba's better than him right now. And we sold him like 3-4 years ago. I'm not joking. Better than him right now. But Gary James from Stockport, 2 out of 10. Do one. Do one. Just get him out. Get him and Zinchenko as well. We've been done. It's bank fraud. It's absolute bank fraud from Pep. Let's have a look at the bench. Listen, I was going to say there's only one player we're going to talk about off the bench. But Partey, I mean, Partey whips it in the top corner. Well, it was about halfway up. Yeah, Welbeck's better than him as well. Somebody said earlier the announcer follows me actually on Twitter. He's just called Arsenal announcer. He now says the name 3 times. I think he's trying to become the guy at Napoli. Gonzalo Higuain. He doesn't do it quite like that. But he was like, Bukayo, Saka, Bukayo. He's trying to do I know what he's doing. He's trying to do the Napoli thing. I respect it. Thomas Partey's rejuvenated people. I don't know what's going on. Is this new contract hype? He wants more Louis Vuitton and more Lambos. Or does Partey genuinely deserve the new contract? Because he's balling. Second half. You know how many times he just won the ball? Man, give me that. Give me that. And then he whips it in the bit. I said, raw. This looks like the Partey that we first signed. I'm getting confused here. Do we give him the new contract or do we say, yo, it's new contract hype? I don't know. Very difficult to get rid of him when he's playing like this. I don't know. What do you guys make of it? Louis and Lambs, man. That sounds like a local pub. Yo, meet me in the Louis and Lambs. We'll have a pint. Listen, I thought he was fantastic second half. 8 out of 10. What a goal. Do you know what was funny? He bent that shot in the back of the net. He got one about 15 minutes later. Top row of the North Bank. Nearly hit down the pigeons. Do you know what? I'm going to get a poll out for that. Would you give Partey a new contract? The 2 options I'm gonna put, yes, he's playing really well, or no, it's just new contract hype. It's a difficult one, you know. He's on 200 bags a week. It's very difficult to let him go playing like this. Would you give Partey a new deal? Remember, he's out of contract this summer, so we're getting no money for him. Yes, he's playing well, or no, it's new contract hype. As I said, my answer would be it's got to be a short contract. There was rumours of a 3-year deal. I think that's a massive mistake. I would not be giving him a 3-year deal. It should be a 1-year deal with a 1-year extension. That, for me, is what you give him. You say, right, I'll give you another year, and at the end of that year, there's an option for another year. Then if he, doesn't play well next season, you get rid of him next season. But I would not be giving him a 3-year deal. But he's playing at a level that it's very difficult to get rid of him. That's the problem. He's playing really well. 8 out of 10. Kivior, honestly, I didn't even realise he came on the pitch. Respectfully, 5 out of 10. Like, I don't know. I didn't see him come on the pitch. Zinchenko, what did Zinny do when he came on? Can't remember what he did, so I'm going to give him a 5 as well. Let's talk about these two. Jamaica. No, I'm joking. He got down the line, whipped it in, good assist. Welcome to Jam Rock. Camp where the tugs them can't done. 2 pounder with that ball. Raheem! You know what? Sterling came on, right? He lost the ball. The guy next to me was going, he's rubbish. Send him back to Chelsea. I said, rah, the fans don't like Raheem, I said, brother, Havertz came here for 6 months and couldn't do anything. And they were singing 60 million down the drain. Give the brother a chance, man. He's hardly... And then 2 minutes later, whips it in, goal. I said, yeah, man, it's something to build off. Listen, Jamaica hype is real, I'm trying, Raheem. I can't lie. But he come on, he got an assist. You build from there, right? I give him a 7. Yeah, give him a 7, man. He got an assist. He was only on for 15 minutes, man. You know what I mean? Havertz got 6 months. We got to be patient with him. That GA, I'm giving Raheem a 7, man. He got the assist. Give him game time, man. Tony Matter on settings, man. Yo, I've had some good nights with him, DJ, and I can't lie. But yeah, man. Jamaica to Hale End, man. You know what time it is. Green and yellow envelopes. Oh, for real. For real. Guinness punch, Sterling, the new Gervinho. That was... Man, I'm giving him 5. 6 big C, 7 too high. Yeah, we'll go for 7 then. Right, did you see Amari Hutchinson? Banger. I think Ruben Amorim realised yesterday, you've got a mountain to climb, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a mountain to climb. Oh, Kendrick dropped an album. Now, you know what? I haven't heard all of it. But the song I was playing... Where's the song that I was playing, man? That slow song. That doesn't narrow it down, does it? At all. What's the Kendrick song that I've been playing? I had it on my Insta. Man at the Garden. You know what time it is when Kendrick drops, people. It's real hip-hop. That's that car music. You got to listen to it properly. But yeah, man. Kendrick's sick, bro. I heard about 4 of the songs on it. I'll be honest. When I get in the car and I got a long drive... That's when I'll listen to the whole album. But Man at the Garden, banger. Let's finish with the real Don Dada. The guy who everybody was talking about as we left that stadium, people. And people say, oh, he's a young player, don't overhype. Nah, hype him. Hype him. I don't care. I said this before, I don't care how old he is. I don't give a damn. You could see it in pre-season. You can see it every time he plays. He's got something that we lack. We haven't got midfielders centrally who dribble with the ball. We've got no one. He had a moment, and I'm sure everyone who watched the game, you'll remember the moment. Unknown C said, Nigeria tax for me, but I rate Nwaneri. Oh, for real. That one where he went past... Jeez, my man got me sneezing on the stream, bro. Was it Murillo? Murillo, innit? The left-sided centre-back. He does the step over. Then does the bam-bam, quick feet. Opens up his body, tries to bend it in the far corner. The whole stadium. Ethan Nwaneri is one of our own. I said, are you mad? What's going on here? I haven't felt this energy since Fabregas. And Super Jack Wilshere and them, man. 17, bro. And then Raheem gets the byline, pulls it back. Ethan, bang. 3-0. Ethan Nwaneri is one of our own. He's one of our own. Yo, put this Don in the team. He doesn't need to play every week, but he needs to play. He's a baller. Everybody, you know when you see a player. We don't just hype Arsenal young players for no reason. I've seen plenty of Arsenal youngsters. I don't go crazy about Arsenal youngsters just because they're from our system. Hey, big up everyone who said bless you, by the way. The kid has got something about him that is special. The way that he gets the ball, and he's always looking to make something happen. Inverted sneeze. I'm giving him a 9. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, but he only played 15 minutes. 9 out of 10. Jesus, 26 games without a goal. He scores 1 in 15. Locked down everything. 9 out of 10. The problem you got is where do you get him in the team? Because ideally you play him in the position where Odegaard's playing. Odegaard's just been out for 7 weeks and he didn't get one start in the league. I suppose what you could do at home against weaker opposition, you could go with the single pivot and play Rice or Partey and then play Nwaneri and Odegaard in front and play 2 attacking midfielders. But I'm sorry, but he's got something about him. It's got something about him. You've got to give this guy game time. He is too good to not get regular game time because somebody would come in for him and try and sign him. I'm just looking now. What is his contract? They're saying he's going to get another new deal. They're set to give him a bumper new deal. What's his current deal? He signed a contract in the summer. They said Man City and Chelsea were looking at him. I want to see the actual details. How long is the contract? This says he signed a 4-year deal. Arsenal set to open talks and offer a bumper new contract set to be close to £60,000 a week. Wow. That is crazy. 60 bags, you know. It's football, man. They pay you real quick, don't they? But you got to give it him. You got to give it him, I'm afraid. Can he play left wing? Maybe you could try him. I think ideally he looks better central or on the right, but you could try him. It's not like Martinelli and Trossard are pulling up trees on the left. I've got no problem. Give him 60 bags. Man United just gave Chido Obi 60 bags. He's 16. He hasn't even been in the first team squad. So that's the reality. If you give him 60 grand a week and he ends up being worth 75 million, it's a bargain. It's a bargain. The kid's a talent. I got to stop calling him a kid. He's a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? He's 17. Anyway, let's move on from that. Good victory. Tomorrow night is all about this. Gyokeres, as people call him. I said at the start of the show that it's an audition for Gyokeres to get a move to Arsenal. But it might actually be the audition for Arsenal to prove themselves to Gyokeres that we're the team he should come to. There's a story online today saying that Gyokeres' heart is set on Barcelona. I don't know how true that is. There's no quotes. They're saying that Gyokeres wants to go to Barcelona. I suppose the question you would have is, number one, can Barcelona afford to spend 85 million on him? Although it's 60 in the summer. They reckon it's 60 in the summer, and they did spend 50 on Dani Olmo. So, and are they just going to bin Lewandowski, who's having a good season, but he is a lot older. So, maybe it's got out of reach for us. Maybe we can't get him anymore anyway. But I think if we went there, slapped up Lisbon, it might turn his head a little bit and make him think, oh, no, I would like to play for Arsenal. Original Nutter said, Devil's Advocate, Jesus allowed Arsenal to play in the box in a way Havertz never could. We had to build from the back properly without Kai Havertz long balls. Do you know what? I've been very, very harsh on Jesus today. And it's not because of that individual performance, because he wasn't actually terrible. It was an accumulation of 26 games without scoring a goal. He didn't look much of a goal threat. And I thought it was an opportunity for him that he didn't take again. However, the one thing I will say, I think sometimes with Arsenal, when they look up and see Kai Havertz in the penalty area, they think, oh, he's 6'3", I'll just whip a high cross in and see if he can win the header. 46 crosses against Inter Milan, for example. I think when Jesus is in the area, which isn't often, by the way, I think they realise they have to play a little bit different. I think they realise that we've got to play properly. And I do think he helps the link-up of the team. I do think, though, he will go back to Havertz tomorrow because he loves him. But yeah, you do make a good point there. Marco said, Curtis, thoughts on the Spurs game? Son was phenomenal. In my opinion, he's got some better traits than Salah this season. Listen, technically, he's an unbelievable footballer. I think with Son, it's the consistency, you know, but he's a fantastic player. My thoughts on the game, I took no pleasure in Tottenham winning. I took a lot of pleasure in Manchester City losing. That's how I can explain it. But at the moment, I'm thinking about us. We've got to go on a run, and we need Liverpool to drop points. Cooper said, Nwaneri in the 8. Thoughts? I think he can play there, but you're not going to drop Odegaard while he's fit. Can you play with 2 8s and play with 1 6? I definitely think at home against lesser opposition, you can do that. And Guna Carla said, it's like Xhaka's last season. Bye, Partey, and thanks. The problem you've got, Carlos, is Xhaka had a year left, so we were able to get 20 million for him. Partey's out of contract. We paid 45 million for him. Are the club going to allow him to just walk out the door? I don't think they are. I think they're going to keep him. I think they're going to keep him and give him a new deal. Arteta spoke quite glowingly about him, and I think they're going to give him a contract extension, which, as I said, I mean, we've got a poll up now. I would personally give him a shorter contract. If you're going to keep him. 76% of you at the moment saying yes. Give him a contract. He is playing well. And there's no doubt he is playing very, very well. Shinobi said, yes, Big C, grand day to you, King, and the family. I can't believe a 17-year-old is our 3rd or 4th highest goal scorer this season. Yeah, in all competition. Yeah, he is. McLovin said 1 year. Probably a 1 year. With a 1 year option would be the most. Gyokeres, by the way. Let's talk about Gyokeres. As I said, I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow at 2 p.m, which I don't usually do on a match day. But I'm going to because Arteta's press conference is at 7 o'clock tonight. So I want to talk about team news, how we're going to line up, how Sporting Lisbon have been playing, and so on and so forth. Gyokeres is ripping up the place. 16 league goals in 11 games. 4 games in the Champions League. He's got 5 goals. I always thought, let's see how he does in the Champions League. You know, we haven't really seen you in the Champions League. He's gone, yep, 4 games. Oh, how about 5 goals? Will that do you? Including a hat-trick against Manchester City. Although the way Manchester City are playing, I think I'd score against Man City. But yeah, the guy is a monster. But it's going to be interesting tomorrow because I said the other week, and again, I might have to watch him play more to adapt this comment. I actually think that Isak is maybe the better footballer. Like, might actually suit Arsenal more. But Gyokeres seems like the better goal scorer, the animal. Like, even last week for Sweden, you know, he got a hat-trick in the first half. Isak didn't score in that game. Everyone's hyping Isak today because Isak said in an interview that Gabriel and Saliba are the best centre-back partnership he's played against. He said they're better than the 2 at Liverpool, Van Dijk and Konate. I think personally, I'm just going to be totally honest, I think Arsenal are not going to buy a striker in January. I'm just being totally honest with you. And I think they're going to try and sign Isak in the summer. Now, whether they get him is a different matter, by the way. I said this the other day. Isak's got 3 years left in the summer. They've got the richest owners in the world. I don't see how Newcastle sell arguably their best player with 3 years left on his deal. There's no financial pressure for them to allow him to go. Hakeem said Gyokeres is more like Diego Costa. He seems like that flat track bully, powerful. He can run for a big guy, can shoot with both feet. He's a prolific goal scorer. Listen, I would take any of them. Any one of those 2 sign, I'm going crazy. I would still take Osimhen, by the way, in the summer, 65 million in January. I would still sign Victor Osimhen in the summer in January, for 65 million. Because I think we need a striker now. I think if we don't buy a striker, we can't win the league this season. And sometimes you have to compromise. But I think Arsenal will genuinely sit there and wait until the summer and buy a striker, which is very frustrating. I would rather sign Isak or Gyokeres than Osimhen, but I would still take Osimhen now. Matt said Gyokeres is where it's at. I mean, he is a machine. He was brilliant in the City game. He's very quick for a big guy as well. Uncle said, give me Jonathan David in January. Just not sure about him. I mean, Jonathan David is out of contract. If you got him on a free and you said, okay, we'll go and get Gyokeres or Isak and have 2 new strikers, but then what happens to Havertz? And they love Havertz. Gyokeres apparently has the same agent as Odegaard, says Public and Me. I'll check that, actually. Get me Cunha. Cunha's a fantastic player. Really, really good player. When he left Atletico Madrid, I thought we should have gone for him then. I mean, he scored a brilliant goal at the weekend. 7 goals in 12 games, 3 assists. He's going to put up numbers, man, in a Wolves team that are struggling, by the way. Would I take him as the main option? I'm not sure. I think we need somebody that's a bit heavier goal scorer. Somebody that... But Cunha is a good player. Very, very good player. Get us Curtis as our number 9. I couldn't do worse than what these two, Havertz and Jesus, are doing. Give me Kolo Muani in January. Tempted to block you, Chad. But you're laughing. It's great banter. And I'm information and entertainment. Kolo Muani, actually, he could come to Arsenal in January. And he could be the mascot, Gunnosaurus. That's the only role I see for him at the football club. As a football player, not a chance. Ricardo said, as a sporting fan, Victor, it's no good. I mean, are you saying he's no good so we don't sign him? Or do you genuinely mean that? I doubt it very much. I'm sure you just want us to stay away from him. My issue with Gyokeres is I don't see him leaving in January. I think he'll wait until the summer. Amorim is going to try and pull at the heartstrings and get him to Man United. Because Man United need a striker badly. I don't rate Xerxes. I think I called Xerxes Picky-Head Ross when we were linked with him. And I think I'm quite bang on with that one. He's played like Krusty the Clown since going to Man United. He's been absolutely awful. There's talk of them getting rid of him already. And Højlund is... I actually think Højlund's got some potential, but I think United signed him too early. I think he needed another year, 40 games to build his talent. He's quick, he's left-footed, he's powerful, but I don't think he's ready. So I think they're going to go for Gyokeres in the summer, and Amorim's going to try and pull at the heartstrings. I'd be fuming. I'd be absolutely fuming if Man United got him. But I'm concerned. These rumours saying Barcelona, but I think Man United might have a better chance of getting him than us. And they're known for throwing big wages at players. So if we turned up and went, oh, here, mate, here's 150 grand, they'll go, all right, how about 300? So we'll see with that one. We'll see how that goes. Jonathan David in January, Gyokeres in the summer, get rid of Jesus and use Havertz as a utility player. I mean, I'd take that. That's a better situation than we're in now, but Havertz, man, we're stuck with that wage. Just quickly, I want to quickly look at the Premier League table, because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about at the moment for Arsenal. Obviously, we're going to focus on the Champions League tomorrow, but whilst it was a fantastic performance against Forest, we've got a long way to go. Long way to go. We're still 9 points behind Liverpool. We're still 6 goals behind them on goal difference. They've got the best defence in the league. We've now got the second best defence in the league, I believe. Forest were second. Forest are at 13 now. So we've got the second best defence in the league now, which is good. It's a positive because we haven't actually been that great defensively in recent weeks. I think we're the third or fourth highest goal scorers. No, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, City. So we're like the 5th highest goal scorers. So we need to score more goals. We've got to claw that gap back. My concern is, and I've always said Liverpool are going to drop points this season. But my concern is if Liverpool come out of this week with a couple of wins, Real Madrid and Manchester City, I think this could be like the runaway train. You're chasing after it, and it just gets quicker and quicker. What was that film? Is it The Money Train? Denzel? No, not Denzel. Was it Wesley Snipes? I can't remember. But I just think if they beat Man City on Sunday, which I'm going to be honest, at the moment, I think they're going to beat them. What we ideally need is Man City to beat Feyenoord, give them some confidence. Liverpool have a difficult game against Real Madrid that takes a lot of energy out of them, and Man City go there and get a point. A point would be okay. We're in a mix at the moment. We need to get out of it. In order to get out of it, we've got to go and win 3 or 4 games in a row. We've still got a long, long way to go. Was it Wesley and Woody Harrison, right? Yeah. We've got to win a lot more games. Listen, Chelsea are ahead of us. We can't look at Chelsea and just think, yeah, they'll fall off. All I keep hearing from people is, Liverpool will fall off. Chelsea, they won't maintain it. They won't. We can't keep saying that. What if they do maintain it? I've watched Liverpool a lot of times this year, and sometimes they've been really good, sometimes not great, but they keep finding a way. They looked like they were going to draw with Southampton. They found a way. 1 defeat, 1 draw, 10 wins out of 12. I think somebody said it earlier in the show. Liverpool feel like Arsenal from 2 years ago when we were just battering teams and just scoring goals. The problem with us, we collapsed at the back end of the season because we didn't have the quality. We ran out of quality and experience, and Saliba got injured. Rob Holding was playing. The problem we've got with Liverpool, they've got a lot of know-how. They've got Trent. They've got Van Dijk. They've got players that have been there and done it. Mo Salah. These guys have won Champions Leagues, won titles. We've got ground to make up. We need this week to go well for us. We go to West Ham. We've got to be beating them. West Ham play Newcastle tonight. I expect them to get beat. We've got to go and beat West Ham. We play Man United after that as well at home midweek. And we need somebody to stop Liverpool. If Liverpool beat City this week, it's a problem. Unknown C said, big up Curtis. Sorry, no, I've missed your one. He said, funny thing is, you've always said the only way to beat City is how Liverpool beat them. Run away with it. Here we are again. If you look at the year Liverpool won the league, they got to a point where City looked like they said, yeah, it's over. And down tools. And just said, try and win the Champions League. I think if Liverpool beat Man City this week, you're going to see City fade in the Premier League. They'll get top 4, but I think their motivation for the league will disappear. They would be 11 points behind Liverpool, with Liverpool having a better goal difference. They're not catching them. Not the way they're playing, not with no Rodri. They're not seeing them for the rest of the season. We've got to climb our way out of this mix that we're in right now with Chelsea and Brighton and Man City. We've got to pull away and turn it into a 2-horse race with Liverpool, but we've got ground to make up. We're still 9 points behind them, so we've got a long way to go. Let me read the next comment. Divine, I did click on it. He said, big up Curtis, sporting tomorrow. Gyokeres on fire. Are we in trouble or are we going for revenge? Because remember, they eliminated us from our last game in the Europa League. We've got to win tomorrow, in my opinion. We lost to Inter Milan. I think we should have got at least a point out of that game. We want to finish top 8. We don't want to be finishing in that next group of 16 where teams like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid are in there. Imagine us getting Real Madrid in a knockout game to get to the last 16. We could get knocked out. So we've got to look after ourselves and make sure we get in that top 8. We need to win tomorrow. We've still got to play Dynamo and Girona. Slightly easier games. If anybody's going to handle Gyokeres, Saliba and Gabriel would be 2 of the, ideally you're going to say the Liverpool centre-back pairing or the Arsenal one are the ones that you would say, I think they can probably get hold of Gyokeres and stop him. So we'll see. We will see. Big week for Arsenal. Watch along tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m, people. So make sure you keep it locked. We'll preview the game properly and go through press conference reaction with Arteta. Just to end in the poll, would you give Thomas Partey a new contract, or is it new contract hype? 77% say yes, give him a new contract. He's playing well. 23% say it's new contract hype. Hit the like button on the way out, people. Subscribe if you haven't already. David said, I'm testing my gifted membership. It's right there, bro. Big up Mohammed, who gifted 20 memberships. Like the video, subscribe, get in the comments. 2 p.m. tomorrow, we'll preview the game. And then 7 p.m. tomorrow, we will be back for the watch along. Enjoy your Monday, people. Take care. And I'll see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.